2 minutes and it's up in the air.
Well, I'm on my way to Llandegla fishery. Just going to go and have a look at it, really. They've got camping there as well, so that's a bit of an interest. But I've just gone basically out on my way. Didn't bother switching the sat nav on at first. The intention was to get off at junction 35, pull up, and then set the sat nav for where I wanted to go to. And I saw junction 33 and thought, yeah, no problem. Then I saw junction 32. And you just kind of know, don't you, that you've gone wrong. So I did a U-turn and come all the way back again. Set the sat nav for where I want to go, and now I'm away and off. Now, some of these roads look familiar. I don't know why. I don't actually know where I am at the minute. Now, I've been looking at the MOTs for this bike. And I got to admit, I knew when I bought it, it'd probably only done about 900 miles a year on average, something like that. But some of the years have been really low. In 2014 there was a high, 1900 miles. 2023 there was a high, 2300 miles. But then there's one for 2020, 50 miles between MOTs. That's barely anything at all. Up to now, I've done, by the time I finish this ride, I'll have done about 330 miles, something like that. That's in 4 months, so if I did that, the same sort of riding over a year, I'd come out about 900 to 1,000 miles. So I think this bike has mostly been used for short rides out, occasionally longer rides, but nothing by the looks of it that equates to going on a decent trip to Europe. While I'm out today, I'm also going to have a go at fast launch of my drone. I've charged up the mobile phone and switched it on and set it up on the controller. The joysticks are all set up on the controller as well. All I've got to do is switch it on. The drone itself is all set up, memory card in it and a battery in it, and all I've got to do is switch it on. And they're both in a separate box inside my tank bag. Ooh. I know where I am now. The old stores is just a little way up from here. In fact, there it is. And there's all the motorbikes all piled up. It looks like he's having a bit of a busy day today. So I'm thinking I'm just going to pull up, pull the drone out, set it all up, put it on the floor, pull the controller out, switch it on, and then press the button to take off. I reckon I should be able to do it in a minute or two. But I think in the past it's taken such a long time to get the drone ready to fly that often I'd be sat beside the road and couldn't really be bothered to get it set up and going. So this year I'm going to see if I can get a bit more dronage going on. Now there's a bloke here getting in the way, and look, see, he's slowed right down to force everybody to overtake him. This guy's going now. It's my turn next. He was ridiculously slow. He was doing 30 in a 40 limit and then slowed down. There it is, my turn. That's it, I'm past now. Also ordered a new camera, DJI Osmo 4, and I got the bigger packs with the 3 batteries and all the extras on it. On my Kawasaki, I can put 2 cameras on the panniers, for example, and a lot of them would come out with stable video. On this bike, if I put anything on the panniers, because the panniers bounce all over the place, there's no chance of stability there at all. And because I won't stick mounts on the fairing, I'm using suction mounts, and they're not as rigid. So I'm thinking of changing what I'm going to do. So I've been on this road before, I know I have. And this is the bit I was looking for. I was hoping to get out on some moorland, and this is where I'm headed now. And in a few miles, I'm going to stop, pull into a lay-by and get the drone going. Yeah, so I'm not getting the kind of stability, and what I'm going to do is switch over to, I'm going to leave the Hero 10 where it is. Where the GoPro Max is now, I'm going to put the DJI Osmo. And then on top of my crash helmet, I'm going to put the GoPro Max, and I'm going to put it in 360 mode. Doesn't mean I'm not going to carry on sticking cameras all over my bike. I like different camera angles. I'm going to see this year what kind of weird and wonderful ones I can come up with. I've already tried having the rear facing cameras on the grab rails turned and faced in the opposite direction. I was hoping kind of it'd see past my legs and you get an angle sort of looking towards the road and watching what my feet are doing. I know they're just feet. No, it didn't work. It didn't work at all. Took 2 minutes. And it worked out great, apart from I can't get a video link. It's doing alright with pictures, but no video link. That one's going to take a bit more practice, isn't it? Okay, so my next stop is going to be at the fishery. It looks pretty good, if you want the truth. It looks like they do fly fishing, so there's trout. It's been a long time since I went fly fishing, and I haven't got fly fishing gear anymore. But they also do a bit of coarse fishing. I kind of quite like coarse fishing, and I have got the gear for it. Ooh, I know this junction. Oh yeah, if I go over to the right over there, where you can see that truck, that's going to be taking me off towards Bala. But today, I'm not going that way. Now for me, this is a new road, and no average speed cameras to keep an eye on. Doesn't mean I'm going all that quick. Although I can't get the cameras to stabilise properly on this bike, doesn't mean I can throw away all the video. What I can do, use the video and go through it and cut out all the bits where the video sort of gets a wavy shape coming all the way down it. It tends to happen when the bike is going round a bend. But in other areas, it's just a bit bumpy. I don't mind a bit bumpy. Riding the bike's a bit bumpy. And in that respect, a bumpy sort of video is pretty close to what it feels like sometimes to be riding anyway. So I don't worry about that overly much. But the waviness, it's not meant to be like that, is it? The road doesn't get ripples in it, does it? The reason I like that view from the drift camera low down on the fairing is you get a much better feeling of speed than you do when you put a camera up on the wing mirrors. But the drifts are getting a bit old now, and I don't like the newer drifts. I've got a graveyard of Drift Ghost X's and Ghost XLs here that I don't really want to be adding to it. I have to admit, drift cameras have not maintained the quality. It's a shame, because the Ghost S's are bloody brilliant. There's the fishery now. There's the lake, look. They've got a bigger one just to my left. There it is, you can see it behind me now. That's, oh, somebody's already out there fly fishing. So now I'm heading off towards Wrexham and I'm heading off to home. I guess we could finish with a bit of a funny story. I like my chili con carne, but I don't use the chili mix. I buy my own chilies and make one from scratch. But I've run out. I made some about 2 years ago and I've run out of what I've made. So, it's time to make more. When I was searching for chilies on Amazon, I found Scotch Bonnets and Carolina Reaper. But you know what? I'll have those. So I got them. They're right though. I sort of cut the tops off and threw them in a blender. Then I stuck them in the frying pan with some onions and some garlic. Bit of olive oil and started frying. Never seen anything like it. Smoke was coming up off the chilies and it was getting onto my lungs. It wasn't burny, but it was making me sneeze. It was making me cough. I put the extractor fan on and that wasn't making any bloody difference. Then my wife, who was sat 2 rooms away, started coughing. I took a look at her. So I wonder. So I went back, stopped frying the chilli and put it in the ice cube tray, put it in the freezer. One thing you've got to do, I mean I never touched the inside of these chilies, but certain body parts that I touched were stinging. It stung for about an hour. And I was thinking, my God, when I make a chili with this lot, it's going to burn the throats off me. By the time I get home, this will be my longest ride on this bike so far, because it's looking like it's going to be about a total of about 90 miles. And the longest ride before this was 70 when I went out for coffee at the Lockside Cafe near Whitchurch.